James McElya is the Chief Executive Officer of Cooper Standard, and he spoke to YNN about his involvement with Mitch Albom, the Say Detroit Clinic, and why it's important to stay involved and give back to your community. What is your involvement with the Say Detroit Clinic?
Well, about 4 years ago, I read an article on about Mitch Albom. And in that article, Mitch was talking about opening a free clinic for homeless children, and we have a charity sponsorship at our company. And so I met Mitch, and I asked Mitch if it would be appropriate for us to be his charity sponsor. So we started that year to raise money for the free clinic.
What was it like working with Mitch Albom?
It's tiring, because Mitch has 1,000 ideas, and what he's really doing is looking for people like us and other people in the community that can just help bring some of these ideas that he has into fruition. The clinic at the Say Clinic for homeless children was just one idea, and I don't know if you know, but recently he's opened, or he's taking over an orphanage in Haiti. And he's going to rebuild the orphanage that was destroyed during the earthquake, and he's going to open the school, and he's committed to keeping that school open for 10 years.
Why is the clinic important?
Well, the clinic's really important because unfortunately we serve homeless children and their mothers. And I don't know if you know my story, but when I was 6 weeks old, I was given to the Salvation Army, and I grew up in a series of foster homes, 11 foster homes. So I know what being homeless is all about, and many of these children need medical care. And people say, well, why don't their mothers and fathers just take them to the emergency room? And they don't take them to the emergency room because they're afraid of losing them. Because when they go into the emergency room and the people say, where do you live? And they don't have an address and they really can't tell them where they're living. Mom's probably pretty concerned that somebody's going to call social services and they might come down and take the kids. So therefore they don't get the medical attention that they deserve. And so therefore, knowing personally how important it is to get medical attention, and I did. I went to free clinics when I was a child, and so we knew it was important, and we just partnered with Mitch to get it open.
Why did you want to get involved?
I wanted to get involved because it's the right thing to do for children, and especially homeless children. Because of my background, that I know what it's like to be homeless, and so it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do, and believe me. The children didn't have anything to do with being homeless. They just grew up, and they're a victim of the circumstances. So they need adults and people in business like us at Cooper Standard to reach out and to help them. And being a CEO of a big company like ours, I happen to know a lot of other people, and it's important for me to leverage those opportunities and talk to other people and say, come on, you can help us out here a little. It's important for people like me to support monetarily the clinic. What's important is what's inside of you, okay? And it's not important where you live or what you've experienced. It's more important about what's inside of you, and you can do anything, okay? And you really have a choice. You've got a choice to use what's happened to your experience as an excuse, or you can use it as motivation. And I chose to use it as motivation. I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder as a young person. Like I wanted to go out there and show people that I was just as good as they were. So it helped me in school. Okay, I worked a little harder than some of the kids. It really helped me in sports. I tried to overachieve in sports to show people that I was just as good as the kids that grew up in the big house with a mom and a dad. Because I guess the message I would share with all of you is don't judge. The fact that you see someone that doesn't have what you have doesn't make them, a bad person. Okay. as a young person. That's why we got involved in the clinic, because it's for homeless children and their mothers now. We've expanded it to their mothers. But the children didn't make any bad decisions. You know, I mean, they're a victim of the circumstances. So as you're growing up, and peer pressure today is just immense. It's not, you know, we thought we had peer pressure when I was a youngster. You know, you guys have it instantaneously. Somebody can, you know, you can text in a nanosecond and say some really nasty things about other people. And I think what you all need to do is support each other, and not be judgmental of someone just because they don't necessarily have what you have, or they're not dressed in the newest and neatest clothes you're supposed to be in. So just don't be judgmental, and embrace them, and be a support network. Use it as motivation, not as an excuse.